Hi, this is Mr. Urrego, and we're going to find an equation of a line that goes through points -6,3 and -1,9 in standard form. So that's what the difference is. Again, we're going to write an equation of a line that goes through 2 points in standard form. Standard form: 8x plus by equals c. That's what standard form is. Meaning, whatever equation I write, I need to have my x and the y on the same side. Okay? There's a couple of rules for this. A, B, and C are integers. Integers meaning whole numbers, positive, negatives. So they have to be integers. So I don't want any fractions, I don't want any decimals. Okay, I want whole numbers. One more requirement: A has to be greater than 0. Okay, greater than or equal to 0, which means A has to be positive. If there's any value of x, any value in front of the x, that value has to be positive. Okay, so those are the rules to write standard form. Okay, now I know where I'm going. I need integers, whole numbers. They have 88. The number in front of the x has to be positive. Okay, now how can I do this? Well, standard form is not as simple as the slope-intercept form or the point-slope form. Okay, why? Because there's no process that I can go straight to get to standard form. How to get to standard form basically is by going through point-slope form, or in our case, which we're going to solve right now, we're going to get to standard form by going through slope-intercept form. So I'm going to go through slope-intercept form. Slope-intercept form, which is y equal mx plus b. Okay, so I'm going to write my equation in slope-intercept form, and then by doing some algebra, I'm going to get it from here to here. Okay, so let me explain how do we do slope-intercept form. Okay, when I'm writing the equation in slope-intercept form, there's two things that I need. I need slope and the y-intercept. Okay, those are the two things that I need: slope and y-intercept. So I need to go back in my problem and see if they gave me the slope and to see if they gave me the y-intercept. In our case, they only gave me 2 points. Okay, because they give me 2 points, then I need to start by finding the slope. So I'm going to use the slope formula: y2, y1, x2 minus x1. Okay, once I have my slope, then I can find my y-intercept. So let's find the slope. So I'm giving 2 points. I'm going to label x1, y1. The other one will be your second point, x2, y2. And I'm going to plug it in there. All right. Let's do it over here. So m equals y2. y2 is 9 minus y1, which is 3, over x2 minus x1. x2 is -1, minus from the formula. x1 is also negative, so I put in parentheses and negative. When I have two negatives, that turn into plus. So slope equals 9 minus 3 over -1. -1 minus -6, that's going to be positive, so it's -1 plus 6. All right, and I did an extra step just to show you that two negatives turn into a plus. 9 minus 3 is 6. -1 plus 6 is 5. Therefore, your slope is equal to 6 over 5. All right, and I have already the first one. Now I need to find the y-intercept. So let's find the y-intercept. Let's use green for that. So to find the y-intercept, to find b, I need to have my slope and I need to have a point, an order pair. I can choose either one of them. Okay, it's up to you. You can use the first point or you can use the second point. So I'm going to use this one, -6, 3, and this is 6. Oh, an ugly 6, but this is 6. Okay, so slope and my order pair. Why my order pair? Because I'm going to replace this information in my slope Y-intercept equation. Okay, remember, I'm looking for b. That's what I want right now. I'm looking for b. So to find b, I'm going to replace the y, the m, and the x. So this is x, and this is y. Let's plug all those information. Y, 3. M, 6/5. Okay? Times x. In this case, x is -6 plus b. So if you notice, the only variable that I have left will be b. So when solving for b right now, the first step is I need to multiply this fraction times that whole number. To make it easier for you, I'm going to make that whole number a fraction, which is over 1. And how do I multiply fractions? I do top with top, bottom with bottom. Alright, so 3 stays. 6 times -6, -36. 5 times 1 is 5 plus b. Okay? And now, there are many ways how to do it. But now that I have a fraction and I need to cancel that fraction, I need to add that fraction to the other side. So I want to turn that 3 into a fraction as well. And not over 1 only, but that will be a fraction. But now I know that I need to cancel -36/5. I need to cancel this number, and I think I'm going to go next over here. Yeah, let's do it here. Even though we have to erase in a minute, but it doesn't matter. So 3. So I'm going to have 3/1 equals -36/5 plus b. Okay? Same thing. All right, cool. Leave the b by itself. So I got to do plus 36/5 plus 36/5. All right? These two cancels out, and I'm going to have on that side b. So now the issue that I have is this. I have to do 3/1 plus 36/5. All right, that's the issue. So let's make it line over here, and I'm going to do the fraction on the bottom. So 3/1 plus 36/5. Okay, the reason I'm doing on the bottom is because here will be too confusing. So when I'm adding two fractions, I need to have the same denominator. Do I have the same denominator right now? I have 5 here and I have a 1 here. That means my LCD is 5, my least common denominator. So I need to have here, instead of a 1, I need to have a 5. How can I turn that 1 into a 5? By one number, do I need to multiply 1 to get 5? I multiply by 5. If I multiply by 5 on the bottom, I multiply by 5 on the top. So in order to not change the fraction, I need to multiply by 5 on the bottom. I got to multiply by 5 on the top. So 5 times 3 is 15. 5 times 1 is 5 plus 36/5. Now, do they have the same denominator now? Yes, they do. So now it's just straight adding. I keep the same denominator and I add the numerators. So 15 plus 36, that's 36, 46, 51. 51/5. So 3/1 plus 36/5 is 51/5. And now I have my y-intercept. So look, I have slope, y-intercept. All right. Now I'm able to write my equation in slope-intercept form. Okay. So let's, where I'm going to be doing this. Let's erase here and let's do it over here. Okay, real quick. Now, the whole idea is, remember, I need to write the equation in slope-intercept form, and then from there, get it to standard form, which is my plan right now. All right. So, oh, I erased my slope. Okay, so I record my slope, and my slope was 6/5. And now I have my y-intercept, which is 51/5. All right. So we said that I need to go through slope-intercept form. So I'm going to write the slope-intercept form, mx plus b. M is 6/5x plus 51/5, which is a b. Okay. Now I have a bunch of fractions. Now remember, the whole idea of what we're doing right now is to get to standard form. Standard form, all of these have to be whole numbers. all right? And the x and the y has to be in one side. So first of all, let's get rid of that fraction. Let's get rid of that denominator. So because they have the y has a 1 in front of it, so to get rid of the 5, the only thing that I have to do is just multiply by 5. Okay? So I'm going to multiply the whole thing. Let's do this color by 5 over 1. Okay? And let me make a line, so make a difference right there. So to get rid of that denominator, because the 5 is my denominator, I multiply by the reciprocal, which is 5. I only want to cancel the denominator. I don't care about the numerator. The denominator is the one that I don't want. So now let's multiply by 5 every single one of them. So 5 times y is going to be 5y. Okay? Then here we have 5 times 6 over 5. Here we go. Let me show you so we don't need to multiply the whole thing. So it's 6 over 5, okay, times 5 over 1, x. All right? That's the second one. That's what I'm doing right now. So the reason that I didn't multiply 6 times 5, 30, is so you learn how to reduce fractions. I didn't multiply completely, so I know that that 5 cancels with that 5. And the only number that I have left is 6 over 1, which is 6. So technically, I have 5y, and 6 over 1 is 6x. You see that? That 5 will cancel that 5 in the denominator. Plus, same thing on the next one. Plus 51 over 5 times 5 over 1. Instead of multiplying 5 times 51, which is what, 255, and then divided by 5, I don't do that multiplication. It says, all right, the 5 from the top cancels the 5 from the bottom. My answer is 51 over 1, which is 51. So that's kind of an easy trick there. That was the last multiplication. So I don't have to multiply every single number. I just can reduce numerator with denominator. Okay? I have this. No more fractions. We're doing great. So now, my standard formula is 8x plus by, meaning x and y has to be in the same side. X is on the right side, y is on the left side. I need to bring that x to the other side. So let's cancel that out. Minus 6x, minus 6x. Okay, I want my x first in my standard form. So it's going to be negative 6x, the y is positive, equals, this x is cancel, 6x minus 6x cancels out, equals 51. Almost. Am I done? X and y on the same side. What's going on right now? The x, the coefficient of x is negative. It can't be negative, it has to be positive. So what's the trick? If I want to change the sign of something, of a number, the only thing that I have to do is either multiply or divide by a negative 1. It's easier to multiply. If I want to change the sign of a number, I just need to multiply times negative 1. So let's check that out. Negative 6x times negative 1. Positive 6. Again, I have to multiply every single term from that equation. Negative 1 times 5y. Negative 5y equals negative 1 times positive 51. Negative 51. So if you notice, the negative 1 will change every single sign. That was negative turns positive. Positive turns negative. Positive turns negative. And now, this will be your standard form. 8x plus by equals c. Alright? X and y on one side, constant on the other side. Whole numbers, integers. Integers are positive or negative whole numbers. And then the a has to be positive. And now that's your solution. So, we just wrote the standard form of an equation starting at 2 points, and we went through slope-intercept form. Long process, but right there you practice slope-intercept form in the longest process, which is having 2 points. All right, and then we did a lot of math right now by just turning the slope-intercept form into the standard form, and we learned how to get rid of the denominators. Okay, I hope that was good. Let's start it, please. Thank you.
Oh, her eyes make the stars look like they're not shining. Tell her